Let's get things straight at first. I own this watch and I love it a lot, but it is a hype watch. For those who aren't familiar with the concept of hype watches, you could think of it as a certain sneaker that everyone on the street seems to be wearing. Back to the watch, not that there's anything wrong with buying hype watches per se. I personally think things do get really boring if everyone only buys something because everyone else buys it too. I admitted though, in this case, I did buy a hype watch and it was just so satisfying. I guess I felt a little bit bad that I did not discover this watch before it got famous. It's not that I do not want to pay the multiple times of its original retail, or it's more that I wish I had the eye for something this quirky and cool before everyone else knew what it is. So I first saw this watch on Instagram, of all places. It was on a famous watch spotting account, Italian Watch Spotter. The man on the left of the post was wearing a rather dapper navy suit and a well-knotted tie. He was holding a jersey of Florentina football team. This gentleman is, of course, the archetype of a well-dressed Florentine man. But what's on his wrist was not a gold dress watch, not a Nautilus, not a Richard Mille or a Rolex, as you would have seen on other football managers' wrists. It was actually a Swatch. Not just any Swatch, however. As the picture on the right side of the post would suggest, it is a super colorful and vibrant Swatch chronograph. And if you would zoom in, you see there's a tiny line written on the top of the dial, Swatch AG 1991. A vintage Swatch, I thought. How crazy cool is that? It was about 3 or 4 years ago, I met this older gentleman from Japan. He was managing the famous department store in Ginza, Tokyo, called Matsuya. He was the type of gentleman you could see running around at PT Wumo or dinner parties for big brands. I met him in New York, and we shared the love for everything vintage. So he took me shopping, but to somewhere really special, the Brooklyn Flea Market. The experience of seeing him, dressed up in a well-tailored Liberano suit, trying to pick out $5 necktie from the flea market, it just changed the way I look at the word style. He then kindly commented that he really liked my style that day a lot because I was wearing a dress watch with a t-shirt and a military cargo pants. He said he likes to do that himself sometimes when he was wearing a suit. He would wear old military watches on NATO strap or some watches with lots of colors. I have always remembered that a sense of contrast, it really surprises people. So when I first saw this watch on a well-dressed man in a navy suit, I thought, that's the kind of contrast that I like. The crazy splash of neon, orange, and pink remind me a lot of 90s pop art. While to be fair, the super cool color combos of Roy Lichtenstein's works from the 50s too. The watch is so Andy Warhol and Keith Haring to me, working with funky colors. This watch is the miniature version of the ever so glowing and vivid Times Square. It catches you with its unique personality and almost a sense of nonchalance. The crazy colors of the case and dial will put you on a pause, but they also bring a sense of harmony and balance. The way that the subdials contrast with the dial and case make it actually quite easy to read. But it's the idea behind this watch that makes it more of a piece of modern art from 1991. It's not just a watch. It's not just a tool to read time. It transcends all that. Even the quartz movement on the back does not take points away from the design. Rather, it adds to the charm that this watch is trying to challenge the status quo, the traditional Swiss mechanical watch industry. It is rebellious, just like these artists that we love so much. Finally, I want to talk about its price. Sure, $400 or $700, $900 might not be a lot for a collectible watch, but it was below $90 before it appeared on Instagram and caused a big wave. So yes, it is a hype watch. Yes, I did buy it after it got famous and everyone was talking about it. But so what? I like it for what it is, and I really enjoyed time with this brilliant piece of 90s design. It is great to have a piece of pop art on your wrist with you at all times. Thanks for watching today, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.